If you want to be a great designer, there is one more thing you need to put in your design, that is a lot of white space. So using the white space or negative space where there is nothing written, it is going to improve your designs a lot. So spacing between elements and spacing between elements vertically and horizontally, both are going to work for your white space. So if you want to be a good designer, your everyday word or everyday line should be, I use white space everywhere. Okay, so that is one thing you need to keep in mind. I have seen a lot of beginner designers that are afraid of using white space as much. They try to clutter their design elements on their page a lot, so they try to squeeze them together. So make sure that you are going to use a good amount of white space. Now, why do we need white space? White space actually creates two things. Number one is emphasis. Now you can see on this whole slide, I have a lot of white space and very less content. So you can see the whole focus and the whole emphasis is on in the middle, in this text area where I have written. So this is how the white space is going to emphasize whatever is captured or inside that white space. So if some image or something have a lot of white space around it, or negative space as it is called, then it is going to be very prominent in your design. Second thing is that it is going to produce effect of sleekness and clean design, and it will remove clutter. So I have seen a lot of designers, mostly beginners, that they try to just put text and different elements randomly on their artboard, and they don't know how to balance the spacing between different elements. So in my course Typography for Designers and Developers, I have talked about this vertical rhythm where you are going to design your whole design based on different white space steps. So it is going to be very calculated, and it is based on science and maths rather than art. So that is why I said that design is mostly science and mathematics rather than art, because we use a lot of calculations in it. Now let me show you a few examples, and you can see over here is one of my designs, and you can see why I have left a lot of space around this area. So you can see this this video, it is going to have a lot of emphasis because there is a lot of white space on the right side, on the left side, and also over here you can see the heading is have a lot of white space above it. So padding on the top, left and right, it is going to get emphasis, and this is how it is going to happen. So here in this section you can see we have a lot of white space on the left, on the right, at the bottom and at the top. So make sure that your spacing is consistent. So if you have like 100 pixels or 100 points distance between these two sections, keep that everywhere the same. Okay, so 100, if you have 100 at the bottom, make sure it is always 100 or something like that. So make sure that your spacings in different elements, between different elements, it is going to be consistent. Okay, so here is another example. In this design, you can see I am just using white space, few lines to separate different sections. So you can see over here in this section why it is very prominent, because it has a lot of background white space. White space doesn't literally mean that it must be white. It can be any color, but you can see this area is dominant. So whenever you see on this whole section, I have dimmed out the top. You can see over here VMC, it is not that prominent. This one also, a lot of white space at the top, you can see on the left and on the right. So this is prominent. So first you will look at it, then you will look at this form because of this button, highlighted button. So this is also another technique. You can use white space to emphasize or guide the eyes of your users. And here is another section. You can see these sections are separated, but they are just separated with different spacing. So you can see the space between these two sections is too much. So it means that now the new section of this website has been started. Again, the new section and a lot of space, and it is consistent with this space. So this space is equal to, this space. And this is the end. So you can see again over here a lot of white space above this footer area. And if you try to squeeze these text to the border of this one, it is not going to look very nice and it will look cluttered. So keep that in mind. This is how I use spacing between elements. Also, you can see the horizontal spacing in this direction is also good. Here you can see it is consistent horizontal spacing between these 4 items. So this is how you use spacing, white space, to enhance your designs. Let's see a few more examples, and this is a perfect example of white space usage. You can see it is Republic Media. It is a London-based digital agency, and you can see how their whole page has been designed. Logo over here, some links over here, and the whole emphasis is on this section. So a lot of white space around this section is actually giving it emphasis, and this design looks great. So let's see how they have laid out their other pages. You can see here we have again a lot of white space around the subject. Great design. Again a lot of white space and whole emphasis on this area is this section. I really love this website. Okay, so let's see another example. Here we have another example. It is Significa, and it is by all these designers. Teamwork. I really love when a lot of designers work together because it is the most creative design. Okay, so here you can see, let me show you. Okay, so here you can see, if I go down there. Okay, so this is their product page, select quantity, and you can see how much white space they have used. So it is going to create a modern look, a sleek look, and a clean look. So you can see over here a lot of white space, just the product, then the quantity in stock, and just this stepper and add to cart. Similarly, if you look at this area, interactive stats, you can see there are a lot of gaps between different elements, a lot of white space usage. You can see over here in this area, Della Lamb, you can see how much space they have between this review and the name of the reviewer, and this star rating. So this is how you use white space between different elements. And here again you can see how much space they have on the top. So this is how you get the idea from different designs that how they are using white space. So again over here, few dim lines and a lot of white space to create this whole table for orders, and that is how this designer is using white space. Similarly, is this in this Asana website, I see a lot of white space. You can see at the top over here, then again this section over here before starting this GIF image, GIF or GIF or whatever. Okay, so again you can see over here in this section you see a lot of white space where the next section is coming up. Again a lot of white space, again a lot of white space, and it is consistent. You can see it is almost the same at the top and the bottom. A lot of white space. I really love this website. Asana is a great tool, and this website have a great design. So another one, this is spicy.com, and you can see how this whole website has been laid out. A lot of white space. Okay, so if we try to click on it, let's see, a lot of white space. The whole emphasis is on this area. Let's close this. See another example. Here's another example. It is 4 women primarily known for their experience or whatever. If you click on it, you will again see a lot of white space. It is still loading, I think. Let's turn it off. I hope you have understood how the white space is going to create a lot of emphasis. If you have a lot of text or a lot of elements on your page, it is going to get cluttered. So ask your clients that try to minimize all the content so we can make it look great. So that is all. You can see if you look at over here how much content we have. Just small heading, 3 lines of text, which is I think no more than a long one line. Similarly over here, just one quotation from a client, and like four major customers, and then see more customers if you want to see them. Again, you can say they are showing their few new and noteworthy, including timeline. And you can see here again the content is very less, because human mind, it can consume less content easily rather than a lot of content. So this is also related to human psychology. I think this lecture is getting very longer, so if you have any questions to ask me, let's move on to the next lesson.